welcome to another Star Trek Let's Play, and this time I'm doing one of the
so I'll make this quick.
Task Force operations, which is to do with my endeavours that I've got to do, because I've got to do about 2 Lucari Task Force operation. But also what I'm going to do during this video is going to do the other 2 missions that I said I was going to do. The ones that I should have done in the first place, not after, like I said in the previous video, which is the future-proof ones, the what those two, Time and Tide and Temporal Fault. So I will deal with those 2 once I'm done with this. And yeah, basically the reason why I thought I'll record this is just to give you lot a little show of one of the Lucari Task Force operations.
They're on an intercept.
And I don't believe I have recorded this one, but I thought I'd make a recording of it anyway. This is, like I said, this is basically show you started from computer myself, my brain from it. Plus, this is what happens when I'm trying to like concentrate on killing things and talking at the same time. I'm a typical guy, I can't do 2 things. I know that sounds like a sexist remark, and I'm going to show you that wasn't intended. But anyway, yeah, this is just basically plain and simple really. What you got to do is just basically shoot all the ships coming into here, like every task force operations, while at the same time you're going to fix up the satellites and protect them and so forth and so on.
Scan the satellites to activate.
And you've got to activate them like Jordan said. But yeah, it's all pretty simple. Easy enough. Wait. I keep forgetting how fast these ships can be. What I'll do the front one so that way it has the engineering abilities. Because in that way it can put up that barrier thing. It's one of my strategies that I tend to do. I don't really want to touch the other ones because I'm not tactical, but then again, it's another engineer, so I suppose it makes no difference anyway. Oh well, fuck it. I was originally going to keep with the front ones, but I thought, you know what, sod it. It's the only way to get the mission done quickly. Now which side do I... Oh wait, there's 2 people here. 2 over there. Oh wait, they only come from 2 sides at the moment, and then they were coming in all 3, so that's easy enough. Although I won't be good to take on a group by myself.
Get ready.
But then again, saying that, it might be. I've upgraded a few of the bits and bobs on the ship. Although not by a large amount, because I do need the fleet modules and such. But those will come in all in good time. And in order for me to get the fleet modules, I need enough deliveries for it, so I'm going to have to save up my delivery. I mean, I know the perfect rate where to get them from if I want them early. So, yeah, I can need to cheat there, but I need to deliver to get it. So in some ways, it's not cheating, it's actually asking a friend for a favour, really. I just realised we're doing with phones. The phones are royal pain in the backside, as I always keep saying in near enough every Folian encounter. Because the literally have things that either do more damage to your ship or take out certain operation systems on the ship and such like that. It's due to their technology. I wouldn't say it's probably due to their Tetron beams or anything like that, because otherwise, you know, I'll be owning my own Tetron beams, but then again, saying that these are phones, I've done pretty much used to that kind of thing. But going back to the point is that phones simply hard, not just due to the weapon technology. Yes, their weapon technology is a pain in the backside, but it's just them in general is a pain in the backside. They've always been to like, well, more harder than the Borg, dare I say. I know some people go, well, harder than the Borg, how can that be? And I'll be like, yeah, I know, but the thing is, Folians are a mystery. I mean, we still don't know much on, apart from the fact that they are arachnid, bodies are made out of sort of like crystal kind of thing. I'm not sure if I got it right there, feel free to correct me on that. But again, it'd be interesting to listen because I would actually like to know, you know, what goes on in the phone life and such. Although I should imagine it's pretty hot, so I should imagine the world's probably mostly full of lavas and fires and such, that the most hottest thing going. But saying that, people assumed that the Green World was going to be cold as anything, but in fact it was quite the opposite. It's more like desert-like and such. And I believe that was stated in one of the DS9 episodes, I think. Probably was stated in this game. I might have to go back on that one. The good thing about Herc ships is most of them come equipped with Herc swarms, basically. And basically, depending which, well, actually no, whether you're playing, I can't even say the Herc ship names, but whether you're playing as the escort types of the Herc or the science vessel of the Herc, they both all carry one hangar for swarmers to hang about. If you're lucky enough to get the Dreadnought class, which I'm aiming to get eventually, you get 2 hangar slots, but it's basically like a carrier. And I heard a lot of good things about that ship, so I want to actually know for myself what it's like. But again, I'm willing to wait, you know, because I'm not willing to go ballistic and just go, oh, get it now, otherwise I'll be wasting a ton of money, and I don't fancy wasting money. I mean, why waste money when I can get it off the exchange, eh? Get a lot of EC. I'd rather waste my EC than to waste money. Like I did when I bought that T6 Bosch ship. You know, a lot of people say, oh, you didn't waste your money because, you know, it's a good ship and all that. But I'll say, yeah, well, that's true, but I had the T5 variant of it anyway. So, apart from the trait and a little bit that comes with it, I can't see really much difference between the two, really. So if you have got Tier 5 variant and you're looking to get the Tier 6, I'll say, yes, get the Tier 6, but don't rush to get the Tier 6 yet until, I'll say, you know, go for something else other than just the Tier 6 variant, because if you've got the Tier 5 variant, then, you know, that's all you really need, basically, because there aren't really much of a difference between each other except for style changes and a trait. But if you're like me, who likes to collect ships and such like that, then, you know, by all means go for it, because I'm a sucker for the Bosch ships, believe it or not. And I'm a huge sucker for it. I mean, I'm still hoping that they would offer to put the Citadel Dreadnought up, you know, because then I'll be like, yeah, I'll be glad you drive that big bad boy. Ugh, can't even get my English out. And they call me fucking British. Right, if I was not mistaken. Oh, of course, I forgot you upgrade this again. Oh, that's where you use the engineer thing. Whoops. My bad. Oh well, sorry. Forget strats. Shields all round. If I'm going to solo this middle one, then I may as well. I'd have been my mic out of the way, because this case you might hear me breathing over things, because otherwise you're going to think, who the hell is that Darth Vader breathing over the mic? And I'll be like, yeah, sorry about that. I do have the science version of the Herc ship, which I like to nickname the Prometheus ship, because it looks like the Prometheus style ship from the movie Prometheus. I think that was the whole intention of it, because there was an acolyte in it, which is like a trophy thing, saying game over, basically. So that's like a reference to Hades, basically. What I'll do is I will demonstrate that when I get around to that scene at a later date. Because once I've done the future proof and all the other ones in this one, I can actually show you the DSI ones. And the only way I can show you the DSI ones is probably with the other characters up here, because I remember doing it early with the characters, because I was actually eager to actually see what they were like and such. And also, plus I want to know if this character was actually more than correct upgrade. And that's the good thing about the missions, you can actually choose to play them how you want to play them, you can choose to skip them, go back on them, such. I will warn you, I wouldn't recommend not doing all the missions, because I recommend doing most of the missions, or even all of them, so you get the trophies / acolytes, or even the like little freebies that they give you with the missions. Like they could give you like a space set or a weapon set or something like that. And I don't know how I'm going to like. The thing is, Colin Drake is going to actually murder him, and look at the guy and murder it. And the good thing is, I do actually have one of those as well. And I will say, I do have a Tetrion build on that, just trying to give it a typical bowling style. And it's definitely worth having. Now that, believe it or not, was my first lockbox ship that I got. And when I first got it, I was like, ooh, that's lucky for me. I don't usually get stuff on my lockbox. So I sat random and I thought, you know, give it a random shot. Use about 10 keys, and I thought, yeah, I'm not going to get anything from there. And all of a sudden I got one of them, and I was like, ooh. I remember saying to the two girls in the I was like, ooh, what's this? And they're like, oh, that's a Podium Dreadnought. And one even said, sell it. And I was like, sell it? What else? I was thinking, was sell it? But you know, I'm ready to get stuff out of this. I'm fucking keeping that shit. So, you know. That's what I was thinking though. I didn't actually say that. But the reason why the girls suggest selling it, because, you know, to make it more easy to get more ships out of it as well, because they know how much things are worth and such. Oh, the one thing I'm glad I got the exchange real cheap was the Knuckle ships at the time, before they went up in price, because right now you wouldn't be able to get them for about 150 mil as they used to be, and I've gone for the wrong location. What a freaking dipshot I am. But yeah. Yeah, because they were about no, actually, yeah, they were about either from 150 mil each, or, no, I said, one of them was 120 mil, and the other one was 150 mil. Oh, I was like, because my radar was the one that could do, yeah, because I remember I was going after that, and it ended up costing me 120 mil for that, and the battle cruise cost me 150 mil, that's one. And it's definitely worth getting. I mean, at first I did struggle with using the cruise ship and thought, how do I work this one handle, but I think I found the chemistry with them. I mean, especially with the radar, because it's extremely fast. That's one of the fastest ships I've got, actually. This one is quite a speedy ship. I'm planning to upgrade its speed eventually. That motherfucker teleported, you bitch, you bitch. I'm gonna figure it out. Oh shit, I didn't need to do that. That's another thing about they do tend to do that stuff with you. They're magically teleporting. Surprise, just trying to fix that satellite.
Generator output 50%.
Ooh. I need to really up my DPS on this one.
We did it! Enemy fleets have
But then again, the best one with for the best DPS, well, the best one for me to actually hit hard with is the it's my Romulan Kelvin class one. And it's a Kelvin Klein there. Yeah, you can spray that shit over you. Yeah, spray yourself with all the weaponry in there. But anyway, enough of the stupid joke there that I was making. Yeah, basically, the actually, there he is. So I had to think there. Yep. But basically, with this one, basically, I'm a lot more better because I can actually rely on the fighters to actually. Alright, it still needs upgrading, it still needs elite fighters and such, but it's getting there as it goes along. And actually, notice I got a Tetron build on this one. I thought instead of having plasma, I'll go for the Tetron ones and actually say that it can be done. But yes, it is harder, and I do agree with a lot of people. Tetron builds are a pain in the neck to actually get right, but once you got them right, you've got a good thing going. But anyway, I'll get on to these missions without wasting any more time. Let's see, where do I go now? Oh yeah, I'm an idiot. No, I didn't want to go on that one. It's that one.
We've been contacted by the Federation from the 29th century.
Greetings. And I'll transport there. Now, my memory of this mission is a little bit hazy. I'm not sure if this one's the longer one or whether the other one is, because I know there was one cutscene that I couldn't skip for the like. I mean, I was like, I remember when I was actually doing this to get the space sets before they actually improved the system. Where no, actually no, got ages ago when I thought stupidly that I thought, oh, I better get the space sets for all of my characters. So I did this mission kind of like 4 times, before, just only 4 of my characters at the time that I had, because I thought they would disappear once they're gone. They're gone. I thought that, but I didn't realise that they were still continuing with the mission still. So, but anyway, yeah, there was one particular cutscene that was very long, and I couldn't skip it no matter how many times I pushed escape in that, and I was like, ugh, I had to sit through this for the 4th time, because you literally had to do that to get the rest of the sets that come along with it all. And I think you get a set with this one. Yeah, it is. It's the Polar One set, and it's quite handy actually to have, because these. Oh, I had to do this 5 times with Sapphire, but don't worry, I'm not going to do it 5 times in this video, so I will do that in my spare time. Oh. Do I need that? I'm gonna have to do this about 6 times. Yikes. But yeah, I think this one is the long one. And I'm gonna sniff again. There we go. Oh, we're going back to that. I thought, well, I cured my nose for that. Oh well. Anyway, nobody talking about that. Yeah, this one is the long one.
Please report to the USS Postok.
So I'm not going to complain or anything like that. But if memory serves, I think this was the one where some of the characters sounded something, in my opinion, like something from a Scooby-Doo show or something. Now, I'm not going to lie, I do like the 31st Century Bridge, but my only problem is that it is quite compact. But I suppose that's how it's supposed to be.
It's a pleasure to see you again. I'm glad you were selected as your time's representative. I can't imagine a better selection. Of course, I already knew you were going to be chosen, but that doesn't change my appreciation. Your recent experiences with time travel have begun a new phase of development, and a perilous one at that. Understanding the rules of time travel is of vital importance.
Oh, then I better turn this volume down so that way it doesn't cause an echo. Just bear with me. There we go. Because I realised in the last video there was an echo going on that you could hear this in the background, and I didn't think my mic was going to pick it up until I heard it in one of the videos. Okay, obviously he doesn't speak for that part.
Are you ready to visit the future?
Welcome to New Kittimer.
Well, welcome to the 31st century, I suppose.
Here we are. Since you're from the past, I'll be your chaperone during the event, hopefully protecting you from any temporal incidents. Purely procedural, of course. You've already demonstrated your ability to remain silent about things you aren't supposed to know.
Well, I'm pretty good at keeping my mouth shut at times, but I often have been told that I have got a big mouth, you know what I mean?
Welcome, gentle being, to the signing of the Temporal Accords. Your biosigns aren't listed on our register today. I'll need to... Wait. I know you. I wrote a paper about you in classical history class at the Academy. I must say, you look much younger than your holo images. Wait, what year did you come from?
Well, you know, I'm a blast from the past.
Oh, that explains why you look so young. Well, you sure have an eventful future ahead of you. Forget I said that. I'm not supposed to say things like that. To be honest, I'm still getting used to the new temporal regulations. They can be a little confusing. Anyway, the TIC crews are scrubbing the hall for anything that might cause a paradox if visitors from the past, like yourself, encounter them. It will be just a few moments. Perhaps you would like to chat with some of our other guests here in the lobby. I believe they have all been cleared for trans-temporal interactions. I'm sure you'll have plenty to talk about.
Jolan True, I am Sub-Commander Kale. Is there something Romulan Temporal Defense can help you with today?
Now, I could always ask all these questions. In fact, what I do is I ask these questions so it saves you guys having to go, oh, what's that say, or what? Why don't you push this and that? So that way, it gives you an idea what they say.
We've established this department in order to preserve the events that formed the Romulan Republic. There are many points in the past that some Romulans want to change. The destruction of Romulus and Remus being just one of them. Of course, changing these events could erase everything we have earned. We would be reduced to being ruthless spies, still ruled by the Tal Shiar. We in Temporal Defense can advise you in any matter dealing with time travel. The same reason as you, I suspect. We're here to witness the signing of the Temporal Accords. Most temporal agents watch holo recordings of the event, but the three of us were given special dispensation to come and view the Accords personally. An honor accorded to those who graduate with top honors, you see. We've established this department in order to preserve the events that formed the Romulan Republic. This is our first meeting, at least in my personal chronology. As a temporal agent, it is quite possible that we will meet in the future. Well, my future. I will try to act surprised if that occurs.
Yeah, just pretend that, you know, smile and wave and such, and just act all surprised.
The Nakul are here to protest the signing of these unlawful, biased accords.
No, because, no more time. No more time.
The Tholians ravaged our homeworld thanks to the Federation's ineptitude. In one dark moment, my people were scattered throughout the stars. All we were, our history, our way of life, was nearly lost. And when we needed the Federation the most, we were denied. Terrorists, they called us. Criminals, the dregs of the galaxy. These words, these deeds will never be forgotten or forgiven. Today, the Federation and their lackeys come to tell the galaxy which timeline is best and what they'll do to keep it that way. But who are they to dictate such terms? To tell us that their history is more important than ours?
I could see their argument there, but at the same time, you know, I would say one shouldn't really mess about with time, because time is quite a delicate thing. I know it's a no shit Sherlock. Now, you got obviously three options here. One of them is, say you would change the past despite the risk, you could undo your own existence. A valid question and one worthy of debate. they are the victors, and victors write history, do they not? So I'll go with that.
My existence has been nothing but hardship and pain. The life of an exile. I'd gladly sacrifice it to restore my homeworld and prevent the mass exodus of my people. Don't tell me you wouldn't do the same, were our places reversed.
Attention all guests. The main hall is now open. Please make your way to your seats.
Oh, sorry about sniffing again. I'm still recovering from my flu or cold, whatever it is. I don't know what it is. My sinuses. There we go. I'm not a doctor.
Well, one of our very special guests. It is so nice to meet you. I am Wixit, your humble master of ceremonies for this historic event. Quite an honor, wouldn't you say? So exciting! The ceremony is about to begin, so you should find your seat. But I'd love to chat with you after the signing.
Yeah.
I must say, I am privileged to witness this historic event. Truly, it is a singular honor. I'm humbled, as I'm sure you are as well.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure.
Descendi are no strangers to temporal affairs. The tragic conflict with Earth in the 22nd century and our manipulation by the Sphere Builders are matters of deep shame for us all. We support the Accords with the hope that they will prevent such tragedies from this day forth.
Oh yeah, that's a callback to one of the episodes from Star Trek Enterprise, basically. That's what he's going on about. I won't tell you what exactly has happened in that because I don't want to spoil it for anybody who's going to first watch it in that. Now, I remember when I first saw Tholian, I thought to myself, now why would a Tholian be here when they're considered as xenophobic, even in their time?
The Tholian Assembly has decided to support the Accords. We are concerned that a rogue individual or species could disrupt our development. The Accords do not go far enough. We want to end all time travel, for any reason. We will continue to lobby for change, aggressively. Should the Union fail to preserve the timeline, the Assembly will succeed by any means necessary. That is all.
Time travel is a coward fund. Every conspiracy that lies behind the present, rather than the memory of the past, and dream of the future.
While the Accords promise to safeguard the time stream for us all, I can't help but ponder the opportunities for temporal abuse that will remain after they are signed. I fear great imbalance could occur, despite the very good intentions of all the signatories involved.
I was so hoping you wouldn't mention about this balance stuff, because that's all the Jafari keep on mentioning about. Everything has to be in balance.
I am honored by the Founders, and pleased to observe this most historic event. Although the Dominion was not greatly affected by the development of time travel, we have an interest in safeguarding the time stream.
Jolan True, you are from the past. From before the time the Romulans joined the Federation, I'll wager. How strange all of this must be for you. The entire galaxy unites in preserving the timeline. This is truly a momentous day for all.
Then I've got all these people to talk to.
The Nakul are not here to sign these accords. We have already been victims of time-traveling aliens. But somehow this incursion into the timeline has been overlooked. Perhaps because of its importance to the founding of the Galactic Union. We proposed an amendment to restore our home world in the timeline, but it was rejected. Therefore we are here, with all eyes of the galaxy upon us, to point out the hypocrisy and unlawfulness of these accords.
Delegates and honored guests, your attention please. The signing ceremony is about to begin. Please take your seats.
I haven't finished talking, so shut the hell up.
I am reminded of a quote from ancient Earth. And when Alexander saw the breadth of his domain, he wept, for there were no more worlds to conquer.
Greetings. Pardon me for saying so, but you look very familiar. Have we met before? Wait, I remember you from my history studies. You saved our home world. There's a statue in your honor in the capital city on Lucari Prime. Oh, wait. That's already happened for you, right? Oh, good. Whew. That'd be just my luck to cause a paradox here, today. Can you imagine?
Wait, what statue? Why wasn't I alerted to this? Why don't you show me this shit? Fuck's sake.
These accords are going to provide quite the opportunity for historical studies of economic matters. I hear the Grand Nagus is going to formally announce several new temporal rules of acquisition soon. I hope at least one of them covers going back in time to beat someone to a deal.
Your uniform. 25th century, correct? You're definitely a visitor from the past, and an honored one at that. Welcome to the 28th century. I hope you'll enjoy seeing what your work and sacrifice has wrought.
Oh wait, it's the 28th century. I thought it was the 31st. My bad. Pretty sure they said 31st, unless of course their class of ships is that. Yeah, I don't know.
We Kabali are quite thankful to see the Accords go into effect. Many who disagree with our customs could be tempted to return to a point in time where those customs could be disrupted permanently.
Yeah, I do apologise for all this talking and that. It is gonna. This is why it's probably pretty one of the many long ones. But once this is all over and that, it's get straightforward afterwards.
The Borg have a checkered past when it comes to time travel, particularly where the Federation is concerned. Thankfully, we've had the chance to make amends. The Cooperative is proud to be a part of today's proceedings.
Now, about the whole Borg Corporation and all that, basically they're just like the opposite of the Collective. That will be explained once I play on my other characters as missions, because I haven't done her missions and such like that. And what I'll do is I'll start off with the missions that she hasn't done, because she's actually pretty much not too near the beginning, but I'll say probably about 2 missions, maybe 2 arcs away from the beginning, I would say. So that way I can show the story from the beginning and then all the way into the Arconian world, where it actually shows about the Borg Collective and how the Corporation Borgs became what they are, I think. So my memory's a bit sluggish at the moment. Trying to think of too many things.
Representatives from dozens of species have gathered to witness this historic event. It looks like they are getting ready to begin the formal signing. Of course, this is largely ceremonial. The negotiation... Wait, there is some kind of disturbance.
This oppression will not stand. The time stream shall be free.
Get the delegates to safety. The Krenim are taking the delegates hostage.
Yeah,
The
I
Krenim
think they
have
need
grabbed
to.
the delegates and are holding them hostage in some nearby offices. This is damn peculiar. We're facing a major temporal flux here. The hostiles have neutralized embassy security, but it looks like they weren't expecting us to be here. It's up to us to rescue the delegates.
As I was saying, I think they need to fix some of the cutscenes in this and that just to make it work in sync and all. Of course, there are certain parts in the cutscenes that I've noticed that were out of sync, but I think they'll work on that as they go along. And this game is lagging like anything. Or is it me? I don't know.
Watch out! More Krenim beaming in!
Oh, I do like her weaponry. They can be quite handy area at times. Why aren't you dying? Fucking die.
More Krenim! Neutralize them as quickly as possible. We need to save those
Where's
delegates.
my bloody team? Why am I the only one fighting these guys? Oh, fuck. Well, that would have been helpful if somebody actually helped. Yeesh. Now, where the fuck were you guys? Seriously. You should know I'm a pussy by now. I need help. I'm always needed someone to hold my hand. Seriously, ask one of my best friends on that one. When I get lost from Beast of Bermuda and such.
In the embassy offices. Please, anyone, help!
The Krenim are holding us hostage, requesting immediate assistance. Hang on, we're on our way.
Cooperate, and you won't be harmed. Read this, and your safety cannot be guaranteed.
Oh, the help if I actually healed up my team and I'm gonna get shot at. I'm gonna die. I'm in danger. No, I'm not. Well, where the fuck were you? You hiding behind the doors, you bastard. Hey guys, you got a few bugs there. Wait, well, there it is. I was going to say my joke wasn't going to be effective if they didn't show up.
You saved my world. And now you saved me. I'm beginning to like you.
Okay. Actually, I think I might need to upgrade some of my stuff actually on my character.
I shall live to serve the Founders another day. My thanks to you, of course.
Oh, don't worry, they can always make plenty of clones of you. Holy cow, cones, eh? That's a new thing. No, it's not. Yeah, but this mission is pretty simple enough. I mean, the ground mission is all pretty simple to do and such. Even dealing with the Krenim forces and so forth and so on, they're not that tough compared to some of the forces. I would say, ground-wise, I would say... Ooh, I'm not sure what ground forces would be pretty tough. I mean, yeah, I had a few little issues from the Romulans on the previous mission, but that's because of my idiocy.
It was a good day to die for the Krenim.
I bet some of the past Klingons are probably looking at the one and thinking, you ain't no Klingon. But then again, Klingons of the future are probably meant to be different.
I thought my life path was at an end. My thanks for proving me wrong.
This
wasn't supposed to happen. History says the Accords were signed and there was no mention of an attack. Those look like Krenim ships.
This conference will not continue. I won't abide it. All ships, fire at will. Leave no survivors.
What did Will Walker do to you? Any tricky fan knows that true. Now, dealing with the Krenim big frigates are quite pretty much simple and easy to deal with. But I remember when I first did this, I was actually doing it to get 500 coupons or marks for the Krenim warship bases that you can get. It was basically the Krenim science vessel.
No, not this time. This time you will not prevail.
I'd rather taste the bittersweet I'm trying not to put a fuck on my words there. I'd rather taste the sweetness of victory. There we go. I'm not making sense. I'm shutting the fuck up. Actually, no, I better not shut the fuck up because I need to actually talk. Otherwise, you guys will be like, what's the point in having a microphone if you don't talk through it? And I'll be like, yeah, you're right. They're actually going to do another temporal episode to this game or something. But then again, they've probably done and dusted already. But then again, saying that they are bringing temporal well, they're already bringing some temporal ships and such, so...
The Nakul have used the Krenim attack as a cover to attack the temporal sensor array. All our forces are tied up fighting the Krenim. Can't afford to lose that array. It monitors the time stream for incursions. If it were damaged, people could travel into the past without being detected. Curious. The Krenim and Nakul vessels have started fighting each other in the confusion. Let's make the most of that, shall we?
Well, that's the good thing about this episode, that the Krenim and the Nakul are not exactly friends yet. And yes, I did give a spoiler, but you're already probably going to know this anyway, that they will eventually become allies. I mean, did you not see those two Nakul applauding that Krenim leader, basically? That's obviously a big hint that it's all like work together and such. Ah, that's another thing. I do actually need the Krenim science. Even though it's not essential, but it's part of my collection. Yeah, I'm not collecting any stuff yet because one, I ain't got enough in my bank, and there's no point, so I've got plenty of salvage bits. I'm actually making short work of their ships actually, but mind you, when you've got a carrier with 12 fires and such, it does make it a lot more easy. And yikes. You're not going to hit me with that. I remember when I first had to deal with these Nakul ships, they were an absolute solid. But now that I've got better weaponry and such, they are
got the
not
Krenim on
so
the run
much
over
a pain in
here.
the backside.
Stay focused on the array.
The thing that made them a pain in the backside was obviously their distortion devices, but it was also that due to the fact their ships were pretty tough at the time, but now, like I said, now I've got better weaponry and such, I can literally, no, I wouldn't say 100% pick up room because obviously I'm not doing one-shotters and such, but at least I can do better damage than what I was before. Plus, like I said, it helps when you've got fighters.
We've cleared out most of the Krenim ships. Engaging Anoraks now. The more the merrier.
Now, if any of you are familiar with Voyager, you will also remember one of the episodes that there was a ship, a massive time ship called the Anoraks. And that's what's basically got involved in here. Wait, where the fudge are they? Oh. Well, that was a stupid thing.
Noi. I seem to remember a little about him from my briefing on your timeline. He was a Krenim researcher on the Anoraks timeship project. Memory serves. I thought as much. Something must have disturbed the timeline. I'm afraid you will need to return to your own time to investigate. I'll accompany you, but I can't interact with anybody from your time. I'll open a portal when you're ready. Are you ready now?
Now, I must admit, when I saw this part, I thought, oh, that was the last of the mission and such. But, however, after a while, it turns out that I was actually wrong, and there's a little bit extra to it. Not too much, but a little bit. And don't you cut out on me like you did last time, because I swear I'm going to have to... Well, if it does, then obviously I'll just use a bit of editing to edit it, cutting out, and then be putting it back in when it comes back on. If I have to. I was going to say, if it did cut, I was going to say, you fucking asshole.
Welcome back to Kiana. We hadn't expected to see you again so soon. To what do we owe the pleasure? Noi? Well, he's been working on some secret project of late. To be honest, he's been more than a little hostile, and that's saying something for Noi. I was about to check in with him, if you would like to accompany me.
Oh, it's you. I thought I'd seen the last of you. What do you want? I'm very busy. Come now, you can read, can't you? Access my latest report to command if you want to know what I'm working on. Feel free to waste the time of the charming bureaucrat standing next to you, but I'll thank you to stop wasting mine. Now, if this interrogation is over, I've more important matters to attend to. Good day.
Well, you should watch your mouth up, man. I might just vaporize you with my disruptor. Go full fucking Klingon on you. How would you like that? No? Yeah.
Like I said, more than a little hostile. He's been like this for some time now, and no one's sure why.
A little hostile? Wow, that is an understatement.
Treason? Noi? I mean, sure, he's been difficult to work with, but... Oh, I hope you're wrong. Noi has top-level access to everything we're working on here. I don't need to tell you how much damage that could do in the wrong hands. Let me call up his files.
Really? No shit. Did you ever thought to apprehend him, like, right now?
He was working on the Anorax. Wait a minute. It looks like he was accessing the launch protocols and docking clamp.
Shocking. Well, shit.
Ah, I see you found my farewell gift, Trala. I'm so glad. As for you, I'm taking command of the Anorax now. I can see that bothers you greatly. So
Not
will
really.
the numerous bombs I've left behind.
Oh yeah, better defuse the bomb soon. Easy enough. I'm so glad that they haven't put tire newts on this thing, because otherwise, straight away, I would have completely muffed up. And trust me, I have a tendency of that, which you have seen in my previous videos of muffing up, but you know what? Like I said, I'm not really fussed about that. It's all part of the fun. And, wait. The bombs are in this room. I think the bombs are in this room. Yeah, see? Just don't do what I did, just go walking out of the room and think that the bombs are elsewhere. It's always in this one small room. And there goes the Anorax. Anorex, whatever. What's that? You were pointing to the ceiling?
Noi stole the Anorax? I can't believe it. How could he do such a thing? What drove him to betray us like this?
Well, believe
There's
it?
only one way to find out. Computer, bring up the research notes and personal logs of researcher Noi. Authorization Trala 23, Victor 6 Sigma.
Oh.
Please input your
Personal log supplemental. We had some visitors from the Alliance today. Noi was rather rude to them, but I managed to smooth things over. This time. Still, he has good reason to be stressed. The war isn't going well, and there's a lot of pressure on him right now. He could be a bit more agreeable, however. Perhaps a peace offering. Those Terran snack cakes he's so fond of with the... what is the word? Nougat. I tried to tell him about the baby again last night, but he was so stressed out. I just couldn't add to his burden. Hopefully things will calm down a bit soon and I can tell him. On a positive note, my work is progressing quite well. I believe these logs should now be shielded from any kind of temporal incursion.
Now, if you wonder who that is, that that character is basically from the that you get to meet in the Arconian War, basically, and basically, Time played its part in that, and they tried to alter the timeline by trying to get rid of the Arconians and such, but it didn't go too well for them, and it ended up bringing them back to square one. But however, during their messing around with time, they actually made a time universe where the Borg had conquered basically Romulus and such, and in order for them to set it right, they had to aim at one of the that's basically aim at one, I can't remember what happened. They had to aim at one of the transport gates and such, and it caused a distortion in time where it basically changed the part of the prime timeline where Claudia's race was basically attacked by the Borg, but in order to save themselves, they tried to use technology that they didn't understand, and it ended up causing them to disappear into another dimension. That's the long story short. You get to discover that once I play that mission. But yeah, that's my best. That's my best telling of it.
Personal log supplemental. My review of the time capsule files is complete. What I have learned has shocked me to the very core of my being. I had a wife, and she was pregnant. My wife and unborn child were murdered by the Federation and their allies. They devastated my people, murdered my family, and erased an entire species from time and space. I cannot let this stand. This I vow. I shall not rest until I have restored my family or avenged their deaths. Time itself shall be the instrument of my vengeance.
And this is why he's so upset about it, basically. Which I can't blame him, really, because even I'd be pissed off if somebody did that to my wife and kid, basically.
Personal log supplemental. At last I have found them. The Tutarians, or rather what they have become. Some of them managed to escape the treachery of the Federation, finding sanctuary in a trans-dimensional void. They are powerful. So powerful that some primitive species worship them like gods. And yet they are trapped in their realm, no longer able to exist within prime space. But I can help them. I can release them from Durance Vile. With these builders at my side, I shall have my vengeance for Claudia.
Please input. Download complete.
And that's basically why he's so super pissed off, basically.
What the? We're under attack!
And I realise I've been using the word basically a lot.
Noi has returned, and he's made a number of potent modifications to his ship. We could use some help up here with him and his allies.
Oh, just rip him to shreds. Piss easy.
I have been waiting for this for a long time. At last, I take the first fateful steps upon my path of vengeance.
You know what? Fuck the top one, I'm just going to go with these one because...
As always, your thinking is so limited. For you, it has been moments. But for me, it has been years. Years of planning, building, all to return to this moment in time, to end you.
Because there will be his last words when I eventually get to him and wring his neck.
Oh, but it does, believe me. You took them from me, my wife, my unborn child. Time was your weapon then, and it is mine now. With it, I will eradicate your wretched alliance, just as you wiped the Tutarians from history. But first things first, it's time for you to die.
Well, let's use try. You're just gonna get fucked over again. You bearded biggity bitch. Oh.
This is Walker. We've got our hands full with Noi over here, but we'll keep him busy while you defend the station. We could use a hand once it's secure, though. Anorax packs quite a punch.
Nah. Bullshit. I'll do a few bite past those. I said this again, I said this before and I said this again, don't buy these, so I can use them so much.
Noi has learned some new tricks. This definitely isn't the same Anorax we left a few minutes ago.
Now I know what some of you may say. You may look and think, oh, you've got a lot of epic stuff and all that. Just so you know, just because your weapons are on epic doesn't mean, yes, they are powerful, but you don't have to have your weapons on epic to be super powerful. It's already been proven that you don't always need to have like the high-end epics. Like you don't need to have like these stuff on gold or anything like that. You can even use purple weapons and it's still be just fine, you know. It's been proven many times, especially by the guilds on the Earth who've actually demonstrated this and such. I'm taking down these forces quite a bit of knuckle. But one thing I do need to do is work on the ground. This character. Where do you think you're going, big biggity bitch? I love these cool chases. They can be quite fun at times. Just when you think my ship is going to catch up with him and then suddenly, yeah. He pulls off a sneaky shit like that. What a bastard. You took your time.
Oh, there you are. I thought we'd lost you. What happened to Noi?
Well, he shot my ship, took off somewhere in time, and yeah, we're going to need to call the doctor on this one.
Damn. A rogue agent out there with a ship like the Anorax is a real big problem. One step at a time. Let's get you back to the 25th century once you're ready for the trip.
Well, shit. I just realised I'm going to have to collect some of this stuff and I ain't got any room in my bank, so I'm going to have to make room. I'll deal with that. Because seriously, look how much shite I got here.
Noi, a traitor? Unexpected to be sure. With Anorax to command, he poses a great threat to the galaxy. We've not seen the last of him. I admit concern over the actions of the Nakul as well. Another mystery to be solved among the stars. One thing is certain. The battlefield just got a lot bigger.
You know what, I'm going to actually take that first, and then I'll get the weapons later.
Greetings.
Whoa. You clicked on that, I didn't want to do that yet. Not yet anyway. What's the next one? Oh yeah. And the next one is the... I need to start there. It's the temple front.
The data from the future that you've provided has made it clear. We need to form a stronger alliance with the major galactic factions. To that end, we're sending delegates to the First Alliance Summit. This could be the beginning of a new age, and your presence there could ensure the summit's success. Meet our delegation at the embassy on New Romulus.
Ah, and this is where you get the Nakus as well. Now, basically, you're going to have to, and I use the word basically again. I apologise. But anyways, you get the Naku 3-piece set, and you have to do this about 3 times as well. And again, I will do that, like I keep saying, in my own time and such. Because, well, you know the drill. don't want to bore you and such. Da da da. Anyhow, let's transwarp to where we're supposed to go, and I believe that's probably over at Deep Space Nine, I think? Or is it Romulus? I think it's New Romulus, actually. Yeah, it is. Now, if you're wondering why this is called New Romulus, basically, if you're not familiar with what happened in the story and such, basically the old homeworld got destroyed and they made a new homeworld. And no, don't want to enter it. I want to go for that one. That's it. Right, let's get on to this, and yeah. Oh yeah, I forgot meant to talk to this one.
Greetings! It's an honor to finally meet you. Welcome to New Romulus and the first Alliance Summit. The opening ceremonies will begin soon. Until then, please, wait here in the assembly hall. You would expect an ensign standing honor guard duty, wouldn't you? Truth is, I volunteered for this detail. Today is a very symbolic day for me. Like the founding of the Coalition of Planets, this summit represents the beginning of a grand alliance. I'm a descendant of the Tellarite who signed the Coalition Accords 255 years ago. I wanted to be here to honor my esteemed ancestor and my family. So I made my case to my commanding officer, and he authorized my deployment.
Right, now to talk to the rest of these, I think.
It is a pleasure to finally meet you. Your reputation precedes you, of course. Were it not for your efforts, this summit wouldn't be happening. Allow me to thank you for that. On behalf of the United Federation of Planets. We've quite the journey ahead of us, but we'll begin today by taking that important first step.
And the next one... Oh yeah.
I do hope you're not here to sit about, chewing ligament with these toothless targs, while they prattle on endlessly about peace and prosperity. We are Klingons! Talking is for poets, not warriors.
Well, fair point.
This will be quite a challenge for the Empire. Most of the delegates will be singing songs of peace today, but the Empire has another song to sing. One of strength, of honor, of glorious battle.
Wait, the Empire can sing? Whoa, shit.
You're here. Good. You and I both know that Taket is still out there, burning with the rage of a warrior in search of Bortas. Let us ensure she never serves that dread cold dish.
Oh yeah, you get to find out about Taket from the Arconian Wars when I played that mission, so... You know what, it would have helped if I actually played that first before this, but hey ho. I never want to stick to order, I guess, even though I try to.
Kavan! Today is a momentous occasion for us all. Let us hope that this conference goes better than the one at Ketama. You have done well to prove that we need this agreement to succeed. Still, it would be naive of us all to assume that this peace will last any longer than the ones that have come before. More likely, we're on the peaceful side of a giant circle, and it is only a matter of time before we find the side of war once more.
if my memory serves. It should be... Wait a minute. Oh. I am obviously an idiot. I was meant to speak with... Yeah.
Greetings. This summit should prove to be quite interesting. Klingon diplomacy is often lively. The medical team should be rather busy, especially if ale is served during the proceedings.
I'll go with that one, definitely. Let the ale flow, you know.
I confess, this summit concerns me. As in so many things, I fear that the plight of my people shall be forgotten amidst the gnashing of Klingon teeth and the soothing, honeyed words of the Federation. What hope does the Republic have of being heard above such a quarrel? Or the Remans?
Our Klingon allies give me cause for concern. Those who want war will find causes, no matter how many of them you take away.
Thank you for coming. It's a personal goal of mine to ensure the preservation of the fleet. The Republic and the Empire are moving toward an uncertain future, and we could use your support in this endeavor. You're not ready to send your vessel to the scrapyard just yet, are you?
No, for this one.
Jolan True. Truly, we are witnesses to history. If only my esteemed mentor, Ambassador Spock, had lived to see this day. When reflecting upon this summit, I am reminded of an ancient Terran saying he once taught me. They shall beat their swords into plowshares. Many here today would see that come to pass for us, I think. And yet, despite the withdrawal of the Iconians, we have many enemies throughout the void. Many worlds must be rebuilt to survive. It seems we have great need of both swords and plowshares. A strong alliance can secure both of them for us all.
Right. Is that it? Oh wait. You know what? I better do the optional in that way. You guys know what.
Greetings. We stand upon the threshold of a great venture for all gentle beings in the galaxy. The Deferi, as always, shall strive to seek a state of balance. This may be our greatest challenge yet, but one we cannot forsake.
Hello. I've heard this summit is as much about the future of the Four Quadrants as it is a resolution of the war. I'm happy with finding peace, though. We're all long overdue for peace, prophets willing.
Greetings! Quite the gathering today, wouldn't you agree? One hopes that, amidst all this splendor, the great powers find it in their hearts to remember the plight of Cardassia.
It is agreeable to see you here. Considering your actions during the Iconian conflict, it is eminently logical for you to be a part of determining the Alliance's path forward.
While Rule 34 says that war is good for business, I think I've had my fill of it. Still, if what I hear in the wind is true, we're in for a heaping helping of Rule 35. Exactly. And here's hoping that business is good. The markets took a beating in the last days of the war.
Typical Ferengi, always thinking of business as usual. It would help if I actually zoomed my bloody map in. There we go.
The opening ceremonies are about to begin. Ambassador Sugihara will be making an announcement shortly.
May I have your attention? The summit is about to commence. Please join me in the main conference room now. So glad you could make it. I have to admit, you've done what many believe to be impossible, bringing everyone to the table to form a greater galactic alliance. Well done. Now, if you would be so kind, would you mind escorting your leader to the conference room? I can't think of a better honor guard.
And so, the time has come. Let us see what the elements have in store for us, my friends.
Right, now we can get the show on the road. Yeah, sorry if I keep going quiet all the time. Just wanted to try and not to interfere with the talking too much. I'm hoping you can still hear the talking. If not, I'll turn it up if I have to.
Fellow delegates, honored guests, we stand at a crossroads.
Chancellor, that Romulan poisoned his wine. This is Romulan treachery.
We did no such thing.
Mr. President, look out!
Now, why did that one decide to just deactivate their disguise so suddenly? Because I would have actually kept it up, but oh well. Hey, come here, bitch, you can't run. It's only one of the others. Whole bunch of us. Now sit down. Before I fucking bitch slap you.
You. Once again, you meddle in the affairs of your betters, alien.
I have a knack for that. Oh wait. I'm pretty sure there was something to you talking here. Oh well.
One that shall be free of your wretched species, I think. And soon. Most astute, alien. Or perhaps a lucky guess? That seems more likely, yes.
Well, it wasn't a lucky guess. We just, you know, happened to have gone there, but, you know, continue.
To this room? A simple matter of putting one foot in front of the other, really. With considerable practice, you may be able to master the technique. Although I have my doubts. A simplified but accurate deduction. You must be so proud. One of my people is worth 1,000 of your misbegotten species.
How about if I just slit that tongue of yours and have it over and done with?
Correct. You are more astute than I gave you credit for, mongrel.
Blimey, you really need a good tone in attitude.
Search the skies for a star in the grip of death, and you may find my home. Yes, Nakul. Her beautiful radiance will return to the cosmos once more. It is a matter of destiny.
Oh good, you're done talking. Can I slap you now? Can I, you know? Oh, you took your time.
Hello. I see you've discovered a temporal anomaly.
Well, yeah, she just happens to be sitting there holding her head.
We detected a time breach in the 29th century. Strangely, we couldn't track the actual traveler, but we sensed a change in history on this day and time. Seemed like a good idea to investigate it.
Well...
No doubt an attempt to fatally undo the Alliance Summit. Quite the terrorist act. If this summit fails, everything you saw in the future would be disrupted at best. At worst, that future will cease to exist entirely.
Go to the future? If we're certain they are from Nakul, wouldn't a preemptive strike in this time put an end to any of their future ambitions?
That's correct. The safest course of action is to stop the incursion at its point of origin, the 29th century Nakul system. Time is of the essence. We'll need to leave soon. May I suggest turning over your prisoner to Commander Jarak before we depart?
So the Sovereign going alone.
I'll be happy to acquaint Specialist Krog with the interior of a high-security Romulan holding cell. Good hunting.
And stop stroking that damn tribble.
All hands, brace for temporal shift. Now!
I'm trying to remember what I was supposed to do in this mission now. Oh, now I remember. It's all coming back to me.
I take it you're seeing the same thing we are. While the Nakul star was ruined by the Toxutat in your time, the fact that it's not a black hole is quite the mystery. Quite so. We're also reading a massive structure of unknown origin near the star. It's a day for it.
Whoops, I didn't mean to skip that there.
Strange. This system hasn't been inhabited for decades. What are the Nakul up to?
Don't worry about the launch files just in case I run into trouble, because if memory serves, they should actually appear any moment as soon as I get into the range of this.
Unknown vessels, you have violated Nakul space. You shall pay with your lives.
Oh, it's alright, we plan to take your lives anyway. We don't care. You're a crazy piece of shit. What? Yeah, they're using the raiders, which is pretty much easy to shoot down. But however, I will say that these raiders, if you ever have the chance to get one of them, I recommend getting them if you've got the chance to, because they are worth getting. They may be easy to kill and blow up, but their speed, it makes up, well, more than makes up for it.
Most of the Nakul are law-abiding. The radical elements have been a thorn in our side for some time.
You shall pay for your crimes, alien filth!
Hey, just for the record, I had a bath, thank you, so how can I be filth? I mean... okay. But still, I'm clean. So, where the rest of you bitches? Oh. You're right behind me. Whoops. Oh, of course, I forgot to put closing devices. Oh yeah, I forgot that. That's that works.
This is starting to come together. General Vosk is the leader of a radical element within the Nakul. We've been looking for him for some time. Acknowledged. Sensors indicate she's of Nakul registration. The NV Destiny.
And this is the part where we fight one of the battleships. Oh yeah, better not
I
stop
am
fires.
General Vosk of the Nakul. I do not recognize your vessel, and your face is new to me. Identify yourself. Be silent. The goals of a primitive aboard a garbage scow matter little to me. Leave Nakul at once, or you will be destroyed.
Nah, fuck you, cunt. I mean, what? I'll just blow you apart, just like this. Oh, yeah, of course you do. There we go. Yeah, we've got a big one for that ship, just take him out.
Bad news. I'm reading multiple Nakul warp signatures inbound to our location. We'll maintain Overwatch as long as we can. Go get Vosk.
Oh yeah, if memory serves, he was also from the Enterprise episode as well. I almost forgot all about that. And this is basically the bridge of the Nakul ship, basically.
I admire your tenacity, but your struggle is truly in vain. Soon the Nakul will stand first above all. Your kind will be but a memory, replaced by the glory of Nakul!
Yeah, shut your hole. I'll just use these. Some of my dinosaur. Some of a few this. You can just completely, well, fuck. Oh. Okay, I was hoping that I was going to finish him off quickly, but it turns out I was shooting his distortion hologram. No, don't use that button. There we go.
General Vosk, the portal is ready. All hands, begin temporal shunt for Nakul, for destiny.
Come with us, sir. It's time.
Very well. Computer, initiate self-destruct sequence. Now.
You little fuck. I hate quarter mines because once they're exploded, they release out these horrible gases that tend to do a lot of damage. Wait, there was something. Oh yes, now there were. Oh no, they've got to just deal with these forces. Easy enough. So I thought there was something I had to do. Wait. Where are the rest of these horses? Well, they're not down below there. Are you kidding me? Don't tell me they're stuck. I thought they would have fixed this problem by now. don't tell me I have to do this part again, do I? Well, shit. Wait, let's see if I can... I'm pretty sure I might be able to... No, what it is, I've encountered a bit of a bug. Now, this is an old bug that has been in this before. And sometimes it will be stuck on defeat the remaining forces. And technically, some of them are supposed to come out through that door and so forth. So, it looks like I may have to restart this again. Well, that's a pain in the backside. Oh, I guess I'm going to have to do that. Yeah, so watch out for that. That's one of the bug issues in one of the levels. Something that needs addressing and sorting out. I'm pretty sure they will when they get round to it, says I, and I hope. Alright, let's try that again. And this time, let's hope it keeps me on the ship. Otherwise, I'm going to have to... Yep, yes. Right. Going to have to go through this. Go through all this talk. And... Oh. Wait. Is it still... Are you kidding me? It's still stuck? Right, I'll try this again. So I will work this out. I'm pretty good at working out bugs. Although gut feeling tells me I may have to start over again, and I'm going to be like, yikes. Let's try again. Okay. Ah, there we go. Right. Go through this again. Blast the little shit out of him. Ignore that. Let's go to the person, and he just goes in that direction. Oh, yeah, that's not good. Ow. That will teach me a lesson for being too cocky. Yeah, note to oneself, do not do what I did just there. Nope, can't skip that.
General Vosk, the portal is ready. All hands, begin temporal shunt for Nakul, for destiny.
Fuck your destiny.
Come with us, sir. It's time.
Very well. Computer, initiate self-destruct sequence. Now.
Right. Are you going to mess up on me, or are you going to... Ah, right. I'll get to fight these folks. Yeah, sometimes it's best to aim for the distorted cells, because otherwise you won't be able to lower that shield of theirs down. Unless, of course, you really want to wait. Now, let's see. Are they going to come through, or are they going to... be like they were before?
Need to get this situation under control, and fast! I'm beaming over to join your efforts.
There we go.
I'd prefer keeping the Destiny in one piece. Her temporal tech alone is well worth saving. Cover me while I try to shut down the self-destruct sequence. Be prepared. The Nakul won't go down easy.
Well, looks like we're gonna have to cover this guy's ass.
Incoming enemies! Hold the line!
This pussy's got nothing on me. Bullshit. I also need to upgrade the ground technology, the ground weapons and ground gear for the rest of my crew as well. That way it gives them a bit of a better chance of surviving.
Self-destruct. I'm going to try to bypass the lock. Cover me.
Yeah, I was just thinking having a snack. But okay.
More Nakul heading our way.
Again, I do love the Herc weapons. They can be quite effective.
Adaptive security. Looks like they've learned a trick or two from the Borg. Let's download what data we can and leave.
Oh, he said not there. Oh yes, go from that panel to that panel.
Multiple life signs detected.
Now the reason why I say that the Herc weapons are pretty handy, or the weapons that have more of a range in them are pretty handy in this area, is because when the Naku use their distorting fields and such, it can actually hit those as well, so it saves you having to just constantly focusing your target on the distortion fields while at the same time trying to focus on them, so it does kind of like a spread shot really, so it hits them both in one shot basically. But it's also good for dealing with larger crowds as well, especially when you get overrun by the Borg or something like that.
Clever devils. They've started using a full data purge. I think I can stall that for a while.
Oh.
Need a little more time here. Cover me.
Easy enough. Fuck your distortion. Wow, already killed 100 Naku. That's not bad. I mean, poor Naku's dying. I mean, yeah. Feels sad that I'm killing all these nasty people that just want to ruin time. Yo, are you finished here yet? Oh, there's always one.
I've unlocked one of the last data nodes. Better have a look. It's grim. Destiny is about to explode and the Nakul are on the verge of a major military operation. I'll return to Pasta, call for reinforcements, and hold the line. I managed to bypass the security protocols on the main console. Grab any critical data you can and beam out before Destiny explodes.
Right, so basically I'm just gonna have to go down here, download the data, and get the fuck out of here. Again, I'm so glad there's no time limit on this, because otherwise, yeah, I would have been pretty much muffed. Also, I just realised Naku were planning to actually go for the Tholians. And I'll say good luck to them because the Tholians are the worst ones that they want to go for. That's another thing they need to release is Knuckle Dreadnoughts. That'd be probably next.
If we don't shut down the Nakul portal quickly, we'll be facing a full-scale temporal assault. Reinforcements are on the way, both for us and the Nakul. Buckle up. Things are about to get rough.
In that case, better make haste and take these things out. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Just do that. One ship to kill.
I'm picking up many more Nakul ships inbound. Holding them back will be challenging. This situation is escalating. We must destroy their temporal facility before any other ships travel through.
Oh, that's easy enough. Let's target the facility. Hit them hard. Oh yeah, I know those are the extreme stuff.
I will die before that happens.
Well, you're gonna die anyway. Snap,
Captain
crackling and fall.
I'll make you the observer.
Bye-bye temple base. You guys can go and suck my feet.
Our glorious take us on. For Naku, for destiny.
Fuck your destiny, yo. Yeah, you just keep talking like that and I'm just going to pretend that I actually give a damn. How about that? You bastards. Gee, maybe I shouldn't have said that because I'll be with you one day. No. You're not going to hit me with that. See, didn't even have a chance to fight at all.
Well, that could have gone better. Still, with that data you downloaded and a little luck, we might be able to find the Nakul vessels that made it through the portal. Hopefully before they can do any serious damage to the time stream.
Hey, I just stopped a whole bunch of motherfuckers.
Your confidence is reassuring. Let's get you back to... Wait. We just registered a new historical record. It appears that General Vosk has been found and dealt with in the distant past by Captain Jonathan Archer.
Like I said, that's just another according to the Star Trek Enterprise episodes.
Indeed. We've got our work cut out for us. I suspect we'll have to recruit more temporal agents to deal with incursions of this magnitude. Regardless, thank you for all your help today. Let me know when you're ready to return to your time.
Yeah,
Are you ready to return to the 25th century?
Well, yeah, I don't want to stay here. I mean, there's nothing to do here. I gotta say, I actually did that mission pretty fast than what I did before, so I'm actually quite impressed with that.
Jolan True. Your report is troubling, but temporal defense assures me the threat of the Nakul will be properly addressed. In the meantime, the summit shall continue. The Klingons saw the tactical value in returning to the table, thankfully. May the elements honor the heroism of Commander Shava.
Right.